In a shocking turn of events, four-time Formula One World Champion title winner Sebastian Vettel announced he'll retire after the 2022 F1 season. Welcome to F1 Freaks. Today we will be giving a countdown on his best Formula One wins. The German who made his debut with BMW Sauber in the 2007 United States Grand Prix revealed the news via his newly created Instagram account, his first foray into social media. Vettel won all four of his championships with Red Bull between 2010 and 2013, and is third on the all-time list of Grand Prix winners with 53 victories. Here's a countdown on his best career wins. 2011 Indian GP. It was Vettel's most emphatic performance of the season, reckoned Autosport after the Red Bull driver took pole, fastest lap, led every lap, and victory at the new Booth circuit. It was as perfect a demonstration of the racing driver's art as he's ever produced. Typical of Vettel during the Red Bull era, he got off to a good start from pole, but in a great first lap to keep out of danger, kept everyone out of DRS range, and then took charge of the race. Only Jenson Button's McLaren, which finished 8.4 seconds behind, managed to keep him in sight. After the Red Bull, the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso came in 24.3 seconds later. Even his crew was unable to stop him at the finish line as Sebastian Vettel made sure to secure the fastest lap on the last two laps. Such dominance has only seldom been matched. 2013 Singapore GP. This was one of the Vettel Red Bull package's best days. Once Rosberg's challenge at Turn 1 had been dispensed with, Vettel controlled the race. After two laps, Vettel was 4.1 seconds clear, and he was 11 seconds ahead when Ricciardo crashed his Toro Rosso and brought out the safety car. When the safety car pulled in, there were 31 laps of the 61 to go, and Vettel immediately unleashed incredible pace. He was 3.2 seconds ahead after one flying lap, 5.6 seconds after two, and 8.3 seconds after three. The main target being to pull enough of a lead for the Red Bull to pit and still rejoin ahead of fifth-placed Alonso's Ferrari, which was not expected to stop again. Vettel's pace was impressive enough that he could stop with 17 laps to go and still retain the lead. His margin over second man Alonso at the flag was 32.6 seconds, his fastest lap a whole second clear of the field. The Singapore track revealed the Red Bull RB9 Sebastian Vettel combination's full potential for perhaps the first time this season, said Autosport. 2018 British GP. Vettel and Ferrari won 10 races during their 2017 and 2018 title fights against Hamilton and Mercedes, but few were as surprising as this one, and Vettel had to make a late pass to secure victory. Silverstone's rapid sweeps had historically favored Mercedes because Ferrari had been defeated the year prior. However, an update made the SF71H competitive, and it required an exceptional Hamilton lap to deny Vettel the pole position by 0.044 seconds. And significantly getting ahead of the turmoil that developed at the village right-hander when Kimi Räikkönen spun Hamilton around, Vettel made a strong start to lead into Abbey. Vettel increased his lead over Valtteri Bottas' Mercedes while Hamilton began a comeback. Tire wear and heat deterioration were issues, so Vettel had to compromise between preserving the rubber and maintaining a lead over Bottas. Marcus Ericsson's Sauber crashed just as the race was about to get interesting, resulting in a full course yellow. Following a change of tactics, Vettel entered the race while both Mercedes waited outside, giving Bottas the edge. Vettel's chances of snatching the lead back were reduced when Carlos Sainz and Romain Grosjean clashed soon after the restart. When that mess was cleared up, only 11 of the 52 laps remained. Even with his worn-out medium tires, Bottas initially appeared to be a tough nut to crack at Brooklands, fending off a Vettel push around the outside. However, Vettel ultimately prevailed thanks to the Ferrari's more recent soft rubber. Then, on lap 47, Vettel successfully attacked down the inside into Brooklands, stunning Bottas. It was a crucial maneuver that helped Vettel win by 2.3 seconds over Hamilton at the finish line. I was able to follow even though he had the clean air, but it was more difficult the closer I got, explained Vettel. The final move, I was able to surprise him. I thought, I have to go for it because the longer I spent behind him, the more I was struggling with my tires. There were too many occasions in 2018 when Vettel came off second best in wheel-to-wheel fights, but the Silverstone race was a reminder that when on top form, he can make the moves that win races. 2010 Abu Dhabi GP. Fernando Alonso came into the 2010 F1 season finale, leading the World Championship by 8 points over Red Bull's Mark Webber, and a considerable 15-point advantage over Sebastian Vettel. after Ferrari and Red Bull made mistakes in their pit strategy, which caused Alonso and Webber to become stranded in the middle of the field. The German driver managed to finish the race in a relatively unopposed fashion after starting from pole position. With the win, Vettel went on to secure the first of his 4 titles for Red Bull, becoming the youngest driver to become an F1 World Champion, a record that stands to date. 2012 Abu Dhabi GP. Sebastian Vettel started the 18th race of the 2012 Formula 1 season from the pit lane, making it seem unlikely that he would win the World Championship. However, the German put on an astounding performance to finish on the podium, salvaging his chances of winning the race. Despite having to start the race at the back of the field, Vettel had improved significantly since the first lap. The Red Bull driver then collided with Bruno Senna of Brazil, suffering damage to his front wing and losing a lot of performance before deciding to pit under a safety car. He further damaged his wing in the race's later stages after hitting a polystyrene bollard that marked the start of the DRS zone to avoid crashing into Daniel Ricciardo. The driver was once again on a mission to make it to the front of the field, and did just that to reach 4th towards the last few laps of the race. He pulled off an iconic maneuver against Jenson Button to finally finish the race 3rd behind Fernando Alonso and Kimi Räikkönen. 2012 Brazilian GP. Terrible weather conditions and a poor start couldn't stop Vettel. Sebastian Vettel, who had a 13-point advantage over Ferrari's Fernando Alonso in the driver's standings at the time, was chasing his 3rd consecutive World Championship title in the 2012 season. Finale at Interlagos. Both championship leaders had poor qualifying sessions as a result of the wet weather conditions. The defending champion dropped further down the grid after having a poor start to the race, despite starting 4 places ahead of the Spaniard. When it appeared that things could not get any worse, Vettel spun out and ended up all the way to the back of the field. Alonso was back on the podium during the race, and fans watched as his prospects of winning the championship passed him by. Despite this, the Red Bull driver remained as motivated as ever. Vettel started moving up the field despite damaging his side pod due to the rain and safety cars. He barely reached the 6th place, which was the finish he required to defeat Alonso by 3 points and claim the championship. 2013 Indian GP. Sebastian Vettel secured his 4th and final World Championship title in 2013, making up for one of the most iconic moments that the sport has witnessed. The German, who had dominated for the bulk of the season, qualified first for the race and went on to extend his winning run at the Butte International Circuit. Despite still having 3 races left, Fernando Alonso's title challenger Sebastian Vettel was unable to catch up in points. Vettel made full use of DRS to pass people every lap, carefully ensuring that he came upon them at just the right moment and not in the fast, no passing middle part of the lap, wrote Hughes. When teammate Webber, on a different strategy but unable to cut through traffic in the same way, pitted, Vettel moved back to the front. Webber retired with alternator failure at 2/3 distance, leaving Vettel with a big advantage. He took the checkered flag 29.8 seconds clear of second-place Rosberg, despite turning his KERS off as a precaution. A devastating victory won through sheer pummeling relentless pace, said Autosport. It was a fitting way for Vettel to secure his 4th world title. 2008 Italian GP. Driving for Scuderia Toro Rosso, a midfield team with which he managed to secure 5 results within the top 10 by the 14th round of the 2008 season. Sebastian Vettel secured a glorious race win to become the youngest F1 driver to stand on the top step of the podium. After setting a mega lap time early on in qualifying under tricky weather conditions, the German took pole position in Monza, becoming the sport's youngest pole sitter. With this, he also gave his team their maiden victory after leading a Grand Prix for the first time. His ability to keep his Toro Rosso in front for the entire race, despite other teams having a significant pace advantage, set Vettel apart, certainly making him a force to be reckoned with. We can all agree that Sebastian Vettel's F1 career has been extraordinary. He is the talent to be reckoned with and a legend of the sport, no doubt. We wish Vettel a wonderful retirement and hope to see him back in Formula 1 and other roles. That's it, folks. Let us know which of his brilliant performances should have made the list. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click on the notification button to get notifications to more exciting content like this.